Hi again, it's Kim
Kim, welcome back.
and today we're going to be talking a little bit about people and how they are towards us now that we are living our life without love, our life without our loved one that has passed away. Um, I would love to tell you that everyone has been sympathetic and empathetic and been there for us, but that is not the case, unfortunately. So if you yourself are dealing with people that have, sorry, but turned away from you, unfortunately, that's something that happens.
It's very common.
Very common.
It is very common
Mm-hmm.
because I think grief in society is uncomfortable, and
Mm-hmm.
as a society, it's uncomfortable, and people don't want to be uncomfortable, and they're afraid they'll make you uncomfortable or they'll make you sad. I've heard that 1,001
Mm-hmm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about Chris because I'll make you sad.
Right.
Well, honey,
Right.
guess what? I'm past sad,
Yeah.
and you talking about him is not going to make me sad or make me feel any differently
Mm-hmm.
than what I'm feeling now. And actually, we want to talk about our person. We
Absolutely.
want to say their name. We want to shout
Absolutely.
it from the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it doesn't make us sad. It
Right.
actually makes us better. Makes us
Mm-hmm.
not happy. I'm not going to say happy
Mm-hmm.
because that's just not real right
Mm-hmm.
now. But um, it makes us feel like somebody acknowledges our person,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and that makes us feel
Yeah.
better. I
Yeah.
guess is better is a better word.
Yeah. One of the things I get a lot is I don't know what to say to you. That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have the right
No,
words.
sometimes I just want somebody to
Right.
sit in silence with me,
Absolutely.
just be
Or
with me because it's very
yeah.
lonely.
Or sometimes why can't we have the conversations we had prior? Like why is that so taboo now? You
It
know,
is. It's very taboo and
friends
it's
of
very
mine,
difficult.
yeah, friends of mine that I used to talk about all kinds of stuff with. Now that I've lost Joseph, it's like they can't even have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I've changed, but yet I haven't. You know, I'm still the same person I was before. Um,
Technically, no,
technic,
you're not.
but I mean, when it comes to some of those friend groups, you know what I mean?
I
I
found
don't
that my
know.
friend groups have changed. I'm not the same person, and they're not the same people to me. And I've found um, the people that I've known for 25 years, our
Mm-hmm.
kids grew up together, or they played ball together, so we've known them for 20
Mm-hmm.
years or whatever. I find that those people, um, they're not like strangers to me, but I feel like I don't have a history with them, which
Okay.
is very odd. But I guess it's common from
Mm-hmm.
what I've talked to other people. It's
Mm-hmm.
common,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that because I'm different. I'm not who I used to be. I feel like underneath I'm totally different.
Okay.
But
Well,
people don't see me as that.
I
They don't.
kind of get the couples though. I mean, I get the couples not wanting to hang with me because they're still a couple.
And
You
it makes
know,
them uncomfortable, and
yeah,
and you too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes me uncomfortable. I know that I was just at a wedding recently, and you know, when they did the couples dance, um, I found myself sitting there being like angry at them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had no reason to. I mean,
Right.
I don't know them, but I was angry only because I didn't have my person and I wasn't able to join in that dance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I kind of get it. Somehow I know um, I do give a lot of people grace. You know, like I'll say, "Well, you didn't know," or you know that type of thing. But honestly, I think I have to stop doing that.
Yes,
You
and
know,
I've told you
because
that
I
before. You
know,
need to give yourself
yeah,
grace, not others.
right,
And their intentions, are 100%
mm-hmm,
out of
mm-hmm,
love and
mm-hmm,
support, but you don't see that.
right,
I
right,
don't see that, and they're and I know that people do love us, and I know they
mm-hmm,
care about us, um, but they don't know, and it's almost ignorance. So ignorance, not in a bad way. I don't mean that I'm not calling them ignorant. I'm not, but they don't know. But but it upsets me and it hurts me that they're not
mm-hmm.
trying to put forth an effort
Okay,
to be to not be there for me. I hate that phrase, but to be present
right,
for me.
right,
And I
right,
know life goes on. I know
mm-hmm,
they have their own lives. But it hurts me to think that if they love me how they say they do, that they're not putting forth an effort to want to help me through this and to guide me through this. And you and I have talked about that many times.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's very difficult. And again, society is uncomfortable. And we talk about this at grief group all the time. And honest to God, I've been talking to my grief group leader about this, which she may want to talk to us too, and we'd love to have her.
Absolutely, we'd love to have her on the
she's
podcast.
Incredible.
Absolutely,
she knows so much, and but I just feel like there is such a need for grief education, and she does that. And I told her, someday I want to be part of that. Maybe that might help our healing. That might help us to
wonderful
to start to heal.
Yeah.
So you and I could educate, because I think there's such a need for it. Because it hurts people like us that are already lonely and hurting,
I think you summed it up in a nutshell. By people not being there for us, it hurts us even more. So if you're out there and you're tuning in and you know someone that recently lost someone, be there for them. Just be there.
Just sit quietly, even if you say, "I'm coming over."
I'm just coming over. I'm going to take you out for ice cream. Something.
And that's the other thing that I'm learning about things to say. People say, "Let me know if you need something." Heck, I don't know what I need from one minute to the next.
So that's not a good thing to say.
So make a decision for me, because I can't make my own decisions right now. And that's very difficult.
So I do want to talk a little bit about, and I know that I thought I was the only one experiencing this until I talked to some other people who are grieving. And we've actually dubbed this pity mills. So
yes.
Someone
which
doesn't,
is good.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Someone doesn't know what to do. So it's an acquaintance, someone that you worked with or went to church with or had, children raised
You've
together,
known
what
in the
have you,
past.
know in the past.
Yeah.
And they want to do something for you. So they will call you up and they will take you out to dinner.
It's the pity meal.
It's called the pity meal.
We love it.
Yeah, we love it.
We work it as long as we can.
Yes, we do.
No,
so
really.
one of the things we say is make them feel really good about themselves and order the lobster.
Order the most expensive stuff.
Most expensive thing.
And a drink.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, once the pity meal has ended, they don't call you again.
That's it.
That's it. They've done their penance or whatever you want to call it.
Because it makes them feel better.
They've done their good deed for the day.
Society is grief illiterate. And that's what they've been conditioned to do. Take this person for a meal. That'll make them feel better.
Right.
You'll be okay. I'll take you for lobster.
Take you for lobster.
Yep,
so,
you'll be all right.
I don't know about you, but that heals me immediately. Once I've had lobster and a margarita, I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll be good for another day or two.
Almost okay.
Safe.
But the fact is that it's so funny that we've actually have a phrase for it now called the pity meal.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my next one.
I think that's just a phrase you and I created, but that's okay.
It's okay.
It works for us.
But go ahead, take that person out for their pity meal
because it makes them feel better, like
absolutely.
they did something.
Absolutely.
And again, because they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. But you don't hear from them again. And I know that the conversation that I've had at the pity mills, I don't go in depth about Joseph.
Oh no,
I don't go in depth about Joseph because it makes them feel uncomfortable.
It's very much how's work, how's the weather.
Yeah.
There's no deep conversation.
No,
very few people you
can talk to about that.
Yep.
And that's why one of the things is please find your person. You found your person one time, you can find your person again, or persons. Okay. Kim has an explanation as to, I think you said 3 people you're supposed to have.
Yeah, there's I've been doing a lot of research. I do a lot of reading on those sleepless nights. I do a lot of grief research, grief education, and follow several grief educators.
I just watch bad TV. That's what I
shows.
I just watch crime shows. If I can't sleep, that's what I do.
Oh my
Very
Lord.
Productive, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
No. I educate myself. Unlike you just burn your brain cell, but that's different.
Whatever.
That's okay. Whatever.
I could be a detective in my next life. She doesn't.
Maybe you could, but I'm not going to. But I follow a lot of TikTok grief educators, and they say, and their research has shown that you only need 3 people during this grief journey. I don't totally agree with that. I think there might be a few more, but there's 3 people called the anchor, One is called the mirror, and one is called the light holder. And I think both of, Kim just asked me, well, what am I to you? And I said, I think you're all three put into one. So I think there's more than just three categories, but to summarize, those are basically the three that you need to keep you grounded, to keep you going, and to be the reminder that, yeah, you know what, you can live after love, you can live after loss. And those three people are your core people, and that's hard to find.
Right. And I think one of the biggest things too is people making you feel bad. You already feel bad. Why would someone want to make you feel worse?
Right.
And I will share that I went back to work very quickly after losing Joseph. And I think it was 2 months back to work, and I got called into my boss's office. And she said, some of the managers have come up to me and have said to me, they just don't know how to take you.
Oh.
And I said, okay, what does that mean? Well, they don't know what Kim they're going to get when they approach you. And I said, well, that's nice to know, because I don't know what Kim I'm going to be from day to day. Sometimes hour to hour, sometimes minute to minute.
You don't know who
But
you are.
what I stopped and thought, Kim, was that not one of those people that went to my boss to complain about me as to what Kim they were going to get did not come to my office once and ask me how I was.
And those are the people in healthcare.
Yeah. Like, how are you doing today, Kim? Are you
What-
having an okay day, Kim? Things like that. No.
Let me sit with you, Kim.
Let me sit with you.
I know you're having a bad day.
Absolutely.
Talk to
Absolutely.
me. Yeah.
And
No.
I felt that I was doing my job, and I was doing my job very well, and was continuing to do my job. But unfortunately, when you go through something this deep, you kind of
Devastating.
don't have time for the little piddly stuff.
And you find
Like,
that.
I really don't care who took your yogurt out of the fridge. Don't
Right.
care.
Move on.
Could care less. I wish that was
Move on.
I wish that was my only worry or concern.
Correct. And
Okay,
that's
I
what
really
this
do.
teaches you.
And maybe
It does.
that's what it was. Maybe I didn't get excited or concerned about the little things in their piddly lives at that point. But I was like going through the motions. I mean, literally
And that
going through the
changes.
motions.
That changes us who we are, because again, just like you said, we don't care about the little stuff
No,
anymore.
no,
We don't care
no.
about somebody's yogurt. We don't care because we've had
Right.
such a loss, such a devastating hole in our heart. That doesn't make us better. That doesn't make us worse, but it gives us empathy. And I truly believe that I'm softer. I really do feel like I am more empathetic for people's bigger problems, not their little problems. I could care less. I don't even talk to them. And that's the other thing too. I find that I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I cut that and all the negativity as much as I can out of my life. And I know you've said that too about
Yeah.
your work. You found a different job. You are with people that
Absolutely.
are positive, that
Absolutely.
say, I will sit with you.
Yeah.
I will be with you. Tell me what you need,
Right,
or tell me
right,
what I can do
right,
for you.
right.
And again,
yeah, no, literally,
those are
I just met these people. I've only been at my new job for about 3 months, and two of my coworkers, knowing that my husband was a veteran, and knowing that Memorial Day, and two of them said to me, I'm sure this is going to be a very difficult time for you. I'm glad you have the day off. And I was like, wow, they don't even know me, like literally have known me a little over 3 months. But they were concerned. And that's, that meant a lot to me.
But I think those people, even though you may not know it, and I've also found people that say things like that get it. They've been in our shoes, maybe
Okay.
not exactly. And that's what I've also learned, and I've found after talking to this grief group leader, and she's incredible. I really hope she can come talk to us and do one
Okay.
of these things with us, because she's
Wonderful.
also taught us that people that get it are more empathetic. People that they're more comfortable. I guess I should say they're more comfortable about saying things like that.
But the thing is, like, though, it's interesting you say that, because death is a part of life. Why aren't people more aware more empathetic, more able to deal with it? Like I just don't get
That's
it.
a good question. That's
I
a
mean,
question of the century.
I can't think of anyone that hasn't experienced that.
Something,
You
even a
know,
pet, even a
something, yeah,
goldfish,
yeah.
something. But you've still had a loss.
But you still
Somebody.
had a loss.
Yeah.
And once there is a loss, like you always say, there's a hole there. There really is a hole there. And it's very difficult to come back from that. I know that when you share your life with someone, I was 23. Um, I I don't know what 25-year-old Kim, who 25-year-old Kim was without Joe. 30-year-old Kim, 35, 40. So now I'm in my 60s and I have to go back to being Kim again.
Yeah.
And
How do
that's
you do
very
that?
difficult. How do
Mhm.
I do that?
Mhm.
Because, all those experiences I had growing um, was with Joseph, and
Mhm.
now I don't have him.
And the people that you've had in your life
Absolutely.
since you were 25 with Joseph,
Right.
those people are gone.
They're gone. They're gone.
They
They're no
disappear
longer
instead of
disappeared.
instead of saying to
Yeah.
you, "Hey, let's sit and talk about Joe. I want
Hmm.
to hear about him."
Absolutely.
They're
Yeah.
just like, "Okay, he's
Yeah.
gone. Let's move on."
Even
And that's what I
even
found a
today,
lot.
I ran into a mutual friend of ours at Walmart today, and he couldn't get away from me fast enough.
Correct.
Literally, he could not get away from me fast enough. We were in an aisle, and hey, how you doing? And I said, well, of course I'm going to be honest. And I said, not good, not good, not a good day for
No,
me.
I never
Yeah,
say I'm okay because
yeah,
I'm not. And
yeah.
there a lot of people say,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm okay." No, why lie?
Right,
Why?
right,
Because
right.
you're not okay, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that I am.
And I said something along the lines of, well, it's kind of hard to, get past such a great guy, and he goes, he was a great guy, but he continued to move down the aisle. He
Yep.
could not get away from me fast enough. Um, he didn't want to have the discussion with me.
Right, because it
He,
made him uncomfortable.
it
Again,
made him
back
uncomfortable.
to the
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
He didn't want to see me be, a lot of people call me crazy Kim. That's fine.
Right.
I've
Oh,
owned
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've owned it. I'm usually the life of the party. I'm usually the joke teller. I'm usually all those things.
Not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore.
No, because
No.
you've changed. So that's why I said
I've changed. Yeah.
I've changed.
Mhm.
I'm softer. I used to be fun. I used to be outgoing. Now I'm like, I could
Yeah.
take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It's different.
I know
it's
we kind of
amazing.
have to force each other to do things, which is
Mhm.
good because I literally forced her, 2 weekends ago, to go to a movie, and we had a good time.
That was we did.
We did.
Had a good time.
We had a good time. Um, but things
But
like
that's again, that's
Yeah.
like our other podcast when we said our first. Well, that's the first we had ever been without our husband.
absolutely at a movie.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Crazy.
You know. Of course, the dinner we've had a couple dinners together. The one dinner, and I'm not a pity dinner. I actually invite you out again.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The one dinner, though, I was pretty upset because the waitress thought I was your mother.
Yeah, but that's different.
Outside of that, yeah.
I gave her a big tip.
Yeah, she did. But outside of that, it's just, like, should Kim and I have to make other people feel good? I don't think we do.
No, but grievers do. They feel
Yeah,
like they have to.
So then again, so here we are grieving, and we have to make the person that feels uncomfortable about our
Right.
situation feel better.
Right, because
Yeah.
but we don't have enough energy to
Mhm.
make ourselves
Mhm.
even get out of
Yeah.
bed sometimes.
Yeah.
So we have to make
Yeah.
other people feel comfortable, and that
Yeah.
I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I stopped,
And again,
that's why my friend circle is much
Right,
smaller
right.
than it used to
And
be.
and again, you might find that your
Yep.
friend circle has been lessened.
But I
Um,
can't. No, I take that back. My friend circle is not less. My grieving friend circle is way bigger.
Okay. Okay.
Because of the people that get it,
Right,
that
right.
are in our shoes, not just a husband loss, but a spouse loss or a very close person loss, like a child or a parent.
Mhm.
And I find that group of friends is expanding, and that's the kind of
Wonderful. Okay.
um, support that I think everybody needs, and to find somebody that has walked in your shoes. Not exactly,
Mhm.
maybe not the same kind of loss, but they understand
Mhm.
loss.
Well,
And that's important.
And again, you're saying things to me like, um, and again, I love that you're so honest with me and make me aware that I have more difficult times to come.
Mhm.
Am I looking forward to it? Absolutely not. You know,
No, that
absolutely
first
not.
year you're
Yeah.
numb, and you do
Yeah.
have your first birthday without them, your
Hmm.
first holiday. But again, the
I don't know.
second year
Yeah,
is
I'm really like, my biggest concern is the anniversary of his passing. Um,
that's a tough one. That first
yeah,
one is a tough one.
yeah.
But I'm coming up on year 2, and I can already feel my body starting to
See,
tense
and
because I
that's
know it's
right,
coming.
right.
I know it's coming
Yeah,
in the next few
yeah,
months.
yeah.
The next like 6 months, five
I have,
months.
I have. I mean, I have to tell you, like one of the worst days of my life. Absolutely one of the worst days of my life. And you know, both Kim and I knew that it was coming. Ours was not an instant passing. You know, we knew they were passing. Um, it doesn't make it any easier.
No.
You kind of think in some ways, well, at least I get to spend time with them, but you have to watch them suffer, and
And
sometimes
yeah,
sometimes that's worse than death.
and some
You
people
know,
have said,
yeah,
well, at least you got to say goodbye. Um, but I didn't want to.
yeah.
I wasn't
No,
ready.
I was not ready. I absolutely,
Uh-uh.
I can tell you right now, I lied. I lied. I sat there and told him I was going to be okay, and I lied through my teeth because there was no way I was going to be okay, but I couldn't share that with him. You know, it wasn't his fault, you know. Um, so you know, I tried to do what I thought was best, and I said, of course I'm going to be okay, baby. I'm tough, you know.
Yeah.
But absolutely not. And I think he knew I was lying too. I'm pretty sure he did.
After all
Yeah.
those years,
After
he's
all
like,
those years, I knew. Yeah, he could
yeah.
tell when I bought something that wasn't on sale.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah.
You know what? I did that with Chris all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, honey, look at I only spent, blah blah, like $22. And he
Right.
said, well, how much was it before that? And I said, yeah, but I saved $49.
Yeah.
And he said,
Yeah.
yeah, but you still spent
Yeah.
blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't like that kind of math. I don't like husband math.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like wife math.
I
Much
like
better.
wife math. Yeah,
Yeah.
much
I
better.
like. But
Yeah.
you know what though? I find that I don't do that now.
No, because
I
I do
don't
what I
do-
want.
I don't do that now.
I know.
So I pretty much do what I want. It really doesn't make me feel any better though, because
No.
I kind of like the argument that I
I
spend
like
too
to
much.
hide
Yeah.
things in the back
Yeah.
of my closet.
So it doesn't
Yeah.
mean the same anymore.
Now it's not as fun.
Yeah, you're not getting away with anything.
I know.
So
I
it's
hate
it's
that.
not as fun.
Oh,
But I
that's
do.
fun.
Before we close, I do want to talk a little bit about. You know, Kim and I think have to say stupid things people say.
Oh, you know
Okay.
what? Yeah, because I think we should write a book, and
Yeah.
and I've talked about this in grief
Yeah.
group,
Yeah.
and the title of the book is going to be called "Stupid Shit People Say."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it could be a bestseller. There's
Yeah.
so many stupid things,
Yeah. And again,
because
I
it
just,
makes people
yeah,
uncomfortable.
I
you know?
give them grace and I give them a pass, so because I honestly believe they don't know what they're saying.
Right, because it makes them
Now here,
uncomfortable.
okay, so I'm gonna
What's
do
your
my
favorite?
favorite.
What's
My
your favorite?
favorite is, oh honey, you'll get over this in time. I love that one.
Do ya?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
not my favorite. I really don't
You're
have a
gonna get
favorite.
over this. So apparently, after 38 beautiful years of marriage to an amazing man, I'm gonna get over it.
You're gonna get over.
I'm
it,
gonna get
yeah.
over it. I'm just gonna forget all about him, and I'm gonna be just great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've had older people say to me, "You'll be okay. You're young. Okay, now I have to live with this longer than you
Correct.
do.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I'll be
That's
all
a
right.
stupid thing.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorites. A woman lost a daughter, and she had 3 sons. And someone at the funeral said to her, "Well, at least you have your 3 sons,"
Yeah.
because that's going to make her feel better.
Right.
You know,
At least, yeah.
she buried her
anything
child, but that's going to make her feel better
At
because
least,
she.
yeah.
At least you have those 3
Anything
sons,
that
honey.
starts with "at
Oh,
least"
my.
is always bad.
Yeah.
Always.
So again, if you've heard some of these terms, you know, again, don't feel like you're the only one that's
No.
heard them. We've heard all
Write
kinds.
them down.
Yep,
We'll put them
write
in our
'em down.
book.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can send it to us. We'll
Um,
put it in our book. Yay.
But just to be mindful, sometimes I think about some of the things that we are saying. Also, you know,
And you know what? I find people that have said stuff to me I used to say to other people because you don't know.
Yes.
But now that
yeah,
you know, you're like, wow,
absolutely.
that was really stupid and heartless.
yeah,
Some of
yeah,
it is heartless.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you just think,
Yeah.
oh, let's
Mhm.
rephrase this. Let's take half a
Mhm.
second and say, something that means something to them.
Mhm.
Like, I'm going to come sit with you, or I'm going
Mhm.
to pick you up in 20 minutes.
Mhm.
Don't say, what can I do for you? Or let me know if you need something.
Right.
We don't
Right.
even know if we're coming or going. We don't even know
Absolutely.
if we have our shirt on backwards or not,
Or the wrong shirt.
or the wrong
Like this
shirt,
morning,
like we did
yeah,
today.
we had today.
Yeah.
We have matching shirts, and We
She
unfortunately,
gave me the wrong one, but that's all right. We fixed it.
I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think I looked really good in yours. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But anyway, again, just be aware of some of those things that you say, and just be aware that like Kim said, sometimes you just need somebody to be there. Don't even talk. You
Nope.
just need somebody to be there.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with just being there for someone.
And I know that the first few nights alone, I did ask some of
Mm,
my friends to
mm,
spend the night with me,
mhm.
because I was afraid of the dark for the first time since I was 2 years old. I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of the silence,
Yeah.
of my own home that Chris and I had for the past 29
Mhm.
years. I was
Mhm.
afraid of my own home, um,
Mhm.
but
It's
that
because
meant the
it's
world
different. It's different.
because it's
Yeah.
different,
It
and
is
that
different.
meant the
Yeah.
world to me because they did stay with
Mhm.
me, and slept on the couch. That was fine. They were
Mhm.
fine sleeping on the couch, and I was in my bedroom,
Mhm.
but I was actually afraid of the dark. I was afraid,
Wow.
um, but I did have friends that said, "Okay." They changed. Yeah,
I'm sorry for that for you.
yeah,
I really
I
am.
did. I
I'm
had,
sorry for that for you.
and
Yeah.
thank God I had friends that said, "Okay" for me.
I kept the light on for a couple of nights.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I had the
I,
lights
I
on.
kept the lights on for a couple
I
of
had the
nights. Yeah.
lights on, but again, I was
Mhm.
afraid of the night. I guess
Mhm.
not the dark. I was afraid of the night
Mhm.
because I had all the
Mhm.
lights on. The electric bill, PP&L made a mint, off of me just
Mhm.
for the first
Mhm.
few weeks because
Mhm.
I left the TV on, the
Yeah.
radio on, the lights on, every light in the house. But that, the people that were staying overnight
Mhm.
with me were like, "How can you sleep?" I can't, and you
Yeah.
don't sleep.
But again, someone was there for you.
Somebody was there. Yeah.
Somebody was there for
Yeah,
you.
and that's important too. And if
It
you
is.
feel like you need it, ask.
Mhm.
There's people that'll do that, and
Mhm.
they just don't know what you need, or
Mhm.
or they don't know, and you don't know what you need. But if you say, "Hey, I'm afraid. Can you stay?"
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
most people will,
Mhm.
and don't be afraid of that
No.
because
No.
I'm so glad that I did, and
Mhm.
it's okay to be vulnerable and
Mhm.
ask people for help.
Yeah, and there's
Even
a
though you might
yeah.
not even know what you need, and it might sound silly, and you might look back and think, "What in the world was I talking about?" But at that time, that's what you needed. But
Mhm.
don't be afraid to say that.
Mhm.
And even
Mhm.
if you don't know what you need either,
Yeah.
say, "I'm not sure what I need.
Mhm.
Let's try this." Just
Mhm.
try something, anything.
No, because I can tell you that my bedroom is different. It's not the
Oh,
same. I
absolutely.
actually rearranged a little bit.
Yeah, I
I,
haven't yet.
I rearranged a little bit. I still kept everything that's his, but I rearranged it a little bit. For me that helped. I don't
Good,
know. It
good
it,
for
it
you.
helped.
Good,
I
good.
thought about it and thought about it, and I wasn't real sure about it. I thought, worst comes to worst, I'll move it back, and I kind of like it the way it is. So,
Okay, well that's good.
um,
That's awesome.
but yeah, that worked for me.
Good,
But
good for
again,
you.
and again, what
Everybody's different.
absolutely, and
Mhm,
what works for me is his pictures all over the place.
mhm.
I have a very big picture of him in the bedroom, and I kiss him goodnight every night.
Yep,
That's something I do.
yep,
It's comforting to me.
yep.
People might think it's silly. I kiss a picture. I do have other pictures of him. I have his desk is exactly the same as it was, but that's comforting to me.
Yeah,
So if someone came and said to me, "Well, you really should get rid of all these reminders," that's not for them to say.
correct.
It's for you to do when you feel comfortable.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Um, if
absolutely.
you're
And there's no
someone, yeah,
timeline,
no,
no
no,
timeline, no
no,
rush,
no.
anything, nothing.
I know we've both been told about our houses.
Oh yeah.
People have said to us about keeping our houses. Well, that's our home. And yes, we did share it with our husbands, but that's our home. I've been here since '89.
Yeah.
This is the only home I've known for years.
Hmm.
And I do feel his presence here. You know, is it sad? Yes, but it's comforting also. I know that sounds odd, but maybe you might be experiencing something like that something might also be sad but yet comforting. And to me, it's this home. So will I ever sell it? I don't know. We'll talk about future things at another time. But I just, Kim and
And
I
one
just
thing at a
wanted,
time.
yeah, Kim and I just wanted you to know that some of those stupid things that people say and some of those stupid things that people do, I like to think they're not purposely doing those. I like to think, like Kim said, they're uneducated on the subject. They themselves don't feel comfortable. So how could they therefore make you comfortable if they don't feel comfortable? So we think we should just educate them
Yeah,
so
and
that
that's
they're
that's
able to
our
help.
that's
Yeah.
our goal. And the other
Hmm.
thing, just like we talked about briefly too, the people that you used to be friends with that are not so close anymore, that's another loss for us.
Mhm.
and that hurts too.
Absolutely.
So and I almost want to talk to people that I've had in my life about my loss, but I don't have the energy, and B, I don't think I should make them comfortable.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
that's because
Mhm.
everybody has their own
Mhm.
lives. They're all doing their own thing, and it's
Mhm.
nothing bad. It's nothing wrong. Just some of the friendships that
Mhm.
we've had in the past are not as strong as they used to be, and that's
Absolutely.
another loss.
Right.
That's another
Right.
grief.
And even getting invited to things.
Yeah.
We were talking today that, getting invited to picnics, getting invited to those things. We're
Or
not
to
getting,
a movie. Nobody invites us to a movie
we're
except each other.
yeah, we're not getting invited anymore.
So we're kind of
Yeah,
pathetic if we just invite each other.
I know that is pretty sad. That's pretty sad.
No, but
Um,
seriously though, we
but
don't get
yeah,
invited
we don't get invited. And again,
to
is it
anything.
because we make people feel uncomfortable?
Maybe a little
Maybe.
bit.
Or maybe they didn't like us to begin with. Maybe that's the problem. I
And
don't
now
know.
they're like, "Whew, thank God."
I know. Now, thank God they're out of our lives.
Now we don't have to worry about
I
them.
don't know. I think we're pretty awesome
Yeah,
people.
we are.
But,
It's okay. That's why we're doing this. Yay.
But anyway, if you're someone that is going through what we're going through, rest assured that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Absolutely not
And
alone.
if you're someone tuning in because you have a friend that maybe is going through this loss, for God's sake, invite them to a picnic. Invite them out for ice cream.
Movie.
Invite them to a movie. But don't do it one time.
It's not a pity meal.
Absolutely. Continue to do it.
It's not
Okay?
a pity theater.
Absolutely.
Just keep doing
Yeah.
it. Just
We-
be
we
with them.
do-
Keep
we-
trying.
We don't want your pity.
Yeah.
We don't. We want your friendship. We want your kindness. We want you to listen. We want you to be there for us. We don't want pity.
Nope.
We don't want that at all.
No, just
Yep.
keep asking. We'll get there eventually someday.
Absolutely.
Just keep asking. Don't give
Mhm.
up on us
Absolutely.
because we're worthy.
Yeah.
Don't give up on
are.
us.
So thank you, and we hope you tune in to our next episode.
See you next time.